lively coming out. They be wondering what we talking about.
Bow, 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 bow. Salute, salute, salute. YouTube world, what it is, man. Boxing After Dark with your hosts, Nocturnal Thoughts, man. Salute to everybody out there in the boxing YouTuberverse. What it is, what it do, what's happening. Yo, first of all, let me give a big shout out to Blood Boxing, my brother. I salute you. And his panel of historians breaking down the top 25 boxers from 1980 going up. Look, man, shouts out to Bruce Goes, Boxing Intangibles, and Big Brian from Nocturnal Thoughts, man. I salute y'all. Y'all brothers are doing an excellent job with this prestigious list of top 25 boxers from 1980 going up. First thing I had to say though, Brian Goes, is it Bruce Goes? Bruce Goes, man, what you doing, man? Bruce Goes, I'm like, dude, you getting rid of everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Like, Bruce Goes is like, man, I'm getting rid of Roberto Duran. I'm getting rid of Roy Jones Jr. I said, man, hold up. Let me pause this list. Let me look at this list again and look at the names on this list. I'm like, okay, Aaron Pryor, okay, I dig that. You dig? I'm like, George Foreman, okay, man. Roberto Duran makes sense. 1980s and up, Roberto Duran, getting rid of him, okay. Roy Jones on the 1980s and up list. I was like, oh, okay, look. Bruce goes hard, man. He is really, you know, he's down to like playing devil's advocate. But I do like the fact that he came back and said, I'm glad that Roy Jones made the list. Now, these guys are some boxing historians, in my opinion. I salute. But it was going to be hard for me to respect a list of top 25 1980s and up without Roy Jones Jr. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? But so far, so good, man. I agree with the list. They got rid of Shane Mosley, which I agree. I understand. They got rid of Wilfred Benitez, Wilfredo Gomez, and Winky Wright. I left off on the video where they were debating whether or not they were going to keep Vladimir Klitschko. So I'm interested to see how this top 25 list is going to shake out. And then I'm very interested to see when he puts it all together documentary style and puts it in order. You know what I'm saying? So salute goes out to you guys, man. I appreciate what y'all doing. You know, it really, I can watch it and try to memorize the whole 25 list and the reasons why and the guys they fought and who they got to get where they were. It's just a phenomenal list. It's a phenomenal job. It's an original job. You know what I'm saying? And it takes away from the monotony of talking about, you know, today's current boxing of what's going on with, you know, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury and, you know, Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Tank Davis and Terrence Bud Crawford and you know, even some of the stuff I hear about Canelo and just the monotony of talking about everything that's happening on a day-to-day basis, second by second, blow for blow of today's boxing. You dig? I like to go back and look at the history, and 1980s is not too far back into the history anyway. I think that's where if anybody is coming into the boxing, they should start in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I appreciate you guys. I agree with the list, and I think it's a good job of actually showing the breakdown and the reasoning behind why you guys are selecting who you are selecting when you take these guys off the list. But I did not agree with the Roy Jones. Roberto Duran, I agree with. You know, Wilfred Benitez, I understand. But, you know, we'll see what y'all do with Vladimir Klitschko. I heard some decent arguments on why to keep Vladimir Klitschko, and I heard one guy, I forget who it was, who was stating an argument why he would take off Vladimir Klitschko. He has a good point, but I don't know if I necessarily agree. Right now, Vladimir Klitschko would be on my top 25 if you're talking about 1980s and up. If you're talking about greatest of all times, I don't think he would be on my top 25. You dig? Anyways, real quick, man, before I get out y'all way, I got a busy day. Let me get a little sip. I got a busy day. But I just want to say real quick whether or not I thought that this Carlos Takam versus Joe Joyce, the Juggernaut, was an early stoppage or not. You know what I'm saying? I heard that conversation being tossed around a little bit, and I wanted to put in my 2 cents on it. You dig? Because I think that's worth a debate, worth you know, going back and forth about just a little bit, because we're not in the ring. We can't do anything about it. That's up to the discretion of the referee, and he's right there. He can see the action up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? From my seat, from my point of view, I thought the stoppage was a little early. You dig? I watched it again, and I'm looking like, you know, this dude got buzzed. Then he got, you know, pretty much beat from pillar to post for almost a full minute with no response defensively or offensively. You know what I'm saying? He didn't throw a punch back, and then he got buzzed again before the referee stepped in. To me, I'm like, oh, that was a little premature. Then you see, you know, Carlos Takam protesting and pushing and shrugging his shoulders, but we always see that. We always see that. First fight I thought of was, you know, if that would have been the same referee for Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury in the second fight, he would have stopped that fight way earlier. He would have stopped that fight in the 6th round for sure. Maybe even earlier than that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you see these referees will let the fight keep going. Sometimes they stop them. I've seen some guys put together like a top 25 of the worst stoppages ever. I'm pretty sure from that out of context quick video that it might look like that would belong on a very early stoppage. Just like Anthony Joshua versus Carlos Takam looked like it was a premature stoppage, and some people were saying that that was just to, you know, keep padding the stats of AJ knockout statistics. You know what I'm saying? I thought the fight could have went on, but at the same time, I'm not the referee, and he really didn't protest that much. I look at it like, from one perspective, I was just watching blood boxing, and right before I ended that video, I didn't finish it. They was getting on Vladimir Klitschko. They had did Wilfredo Gomez, but right before they got to that brother, they was showing, you know, Wilfred Benitez in the current state and condition that he's in right now. And I would hate to see Carlos Takam in that condition. I would hate to see Deontay Wilder in that condition. I would hate to see even Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury or any of these guys of today's generation end up in that physical predicament in the future due to taking too much punishment in the ring. So my hats goes off to the referees. It's a tough job. And at the same time, it's a brutal sport, gladiator sport, but better safe than sorry, and live to fight another day in today's world. You know, this is not the gladiators where people were actually getting decapitated. You know, you still let a warrior fight if he can still fight, but at the same time, if he goes a whole round and he doesn't throw any punches back, and he's not really showing that he's defensively minded, where he's getting out of the way of a lot of punches, then it's time to stop the fight. So even though I think it could have went on, I think it was a decent stoppage. You dig? So this is Nocturnal Thoughts, man. I salute everybody. Go over, check out Aries Zodiac. Go check out Real Talk Boxing. Go check out Blood Boxing. Go check out Lady Chan. Go check out Fistiana. And check out his panel on Blood Boxing. I don't know if all these brothers have a channel. If they do, I will be subscribing. But Bruce Goes, Big Brian, and Boxing Intangibles, salute. Y'all go check out their videos. Hit the subscription button. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button when you watch my video. It only takes a second. You dig? Nocturnal Thoughts, man. Bow, 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 bow. I appreciate y'all time. I'm gone. Salute.
Sleepy going in, lively coming out. They be wondering what we talking about.